I'm Scott McHenry, and this is a bit of me. School pictures. Remember school pictures? Get them out, got some back. People wrote little cute things on the back, took them home, showed them off. Most of us did. School pictures. She was the kid whose classmates didn't want her school picture. She didn't know why. She's only 10 years old. She thought to ask one of them, but was scared to. So she didn't. Oh, a few took one of the little photographs, waited while she wrote a kind word on the back, gave her one of theirs. Trifle reluctantly, she thought. But they wrote nothing on theirs. She found her pictures discarded on the hallway floor. Found one on the bus step. Her fifth grade teacher took one with a grunted thanks. As she left the classroom, reflected in the door glass, she saw teacher drop the bit of her into the wastebasket. She didn't understand, being only 10. But she knew to grit her teeth and hold back tears. Children sat by her on the bus, not close, just a place to sit. But most always they turned sideways, talked to friends across the aisle. So she pretended to be more interested in looking out the window, like she didn't want to talk. Watched the kids walking together, laughing, hollering and laughing. After the edge of town, homes thinned out, so she looked at the farms and the fields and the forest. But the farms and fields and forest were not always what she was looking at. She was only 10 and had been alone for 2 years. A few miles ride, then she got off the big school bus, stood looking at the creek until the small bus arrived. The step into it was high, difficult and painful. The driver on this one had known her and her family before, and he always offered her a hand and a smile. She cherished it, the only real smile she received all the day. Several stops later, the little bus, now empty but for her, stopped at the end of the route and she got off, time to walk. Not far, maybe half a mile. She enjoyed the walk by herself, though her legs ached, matching her heart, and it took a while. And Grandma waited, leaning on her cane on the old porch. Proudly, she gave Grandma her school pictures and was hugged. She fibbed a bit when Grandma asked her if she had given her friends a picture, and she smiled when she told Grandma teacher wanted one. But she might not have been convincing, because the old woman drew her close, and a tear fell down the wrinkled, papery cheek. Grandma whispered, "Oh, honey child, when you feel so bad, just close your eyes and remember the good." "Yes, Grandma, I'll try." And she blurted out, "Grandma, do you believe in ghosts, people returning to us?" "Honey, I'm not sure the dead ever really leave us." Then, like always, she went to her bare little room, took off her school shoes, hung her feed sack dress beside her other feed sack dress, checking to make sure she hadn't gotten it dirty. It was hard for Grandma to wash clothes in the old wringer washer, though the little girl carried the buckets of water from the crystal spring. Then, barefoot, she went to the linoleum sunny kitchen and set the wooden table for two. The ancient house was quiet. Creaking, some smelled good from the cook stove. Grandma served a hot potato soup. They said grace and ate. Grandma asked no more about the day at school, and the little girl volunteered nothing, just washed the dishes. And me? If I ever think I've had a hard life, I'm going to think about the little girl whose pictures nobody wanted. And that's that.